Ever wonder why Japanese Pokemon boxes are tiny compared to the giant English bricks? It's not just the packaging, and it's not just the difference in cardstock. It's a fundamental difference in the math, because while an English booster box is designed to feel exciting, a Japanese box is designed to feel fair. This deep dive is brought to you by SideArc, where a comic book, anime, and card store, and our tagline, pause the main quest, create your side arc. Like a character side quest, side arc, get it? In Japan, when you buy a sealed booster box, you're basically signing a contract with the manufacturer. These boxes are seeded. This means that the packs aren't just dumped in randomly. They're distributed in a structured way that usually guarantees a certain rarity spread across the box. If you crack open a modern Japanese set, you generally expect at least one secret rare or better. You usually hit your art rares, your double rares, and then the box kind of taps out. The math has a floor. You might not pull the massive $300 chase card, but you usually aren't walking away feeling completely robbed either. This changes the entire opening experience. Japanese Pokemon feels less like gambling and more like opening a collector's product. It's predictable, it's clean, and it's designed to leave the customer feeling satisfied. Now, compare that to English Pokemon. Here, the philosophy is randomness first. English products are built around much looser pool distributions, and while there are still batching systems behind the scenes, the experience feels dramatically more chaotic box to box, and every collector knows this feeling. One box is absolutely great. Multiple illustration rares, maybe a huge SIR, maybe even 2 or 3 massive hits. And then the next box, nothing. It just feels like it personally hates you. That's where the term dud box comes from. Unlike Japanese boxes, English product usually doesn't have the same clearly structured guarantee of a major hit per box. So even though people talk about average pull rates, there's still way more volatility in the experience. That volatility is the product, because the ceiling is way higher in the English Pokemon sets. There's always that little voice in your head saying, what if this is the loaded box? What if this next pack has the chase? What if this is insane? That's the gambler's high. You aren't really paying for a specific card anymore, you're paying for the possibility of hitting something absurd. And honestly, Pokemon knows exactly how addictive that feeling is. This split in math completely changes the market too. Because Japanese pull distribution is more structured, supply enters the market in a steadier and more predictable way. This usually keeps a lot of mid-tier Japanese chase cards relatively affordable. But English Pokemon, that inconsistency creates scarcity. If a card is already hard to pull and the boxes themselves are volatile, prices can go completely nuclear because people don't trust that they'll actually pull the cards themselves. And weirdly enough, that's great for content. Nobody goes viral opening exactly what they expected. People go viral because they hit something ridiculous, or because they just lost $500 live on camera. The randomness creates stories. The stories create hype. The hype creates demand. And the demand feeds right back into the market. That's why English openings dominate YouTube and TikTok. The emotional volatility is entertaining. The suffering is entertaining. The possibility of a god box is entertaining. That chaos is the product. So why don't they just make them the same? Because at this point, they're basically 2 different games. The Japanese system is built around consistency, presentation, and making the customer feel good about opening a box. The English system is built around excitement, adrenaline, and the dopamine rush of getting a massive hit. One feels like collecting, the other feels like gambling. One is consistency, the other is adrenaline. And honestly, we understand completely why people love both. So next time, when you're standing at the shelf trying to choose between Japanese or English Pokemon, ask yourself one question. Do you want the guarantee, or do you want the gamble? Let us know in the comments which side of the math you're on. And remember, pause the main quest, create your side arc. Check out the retail store for the latest sets from both sides of the world.